Hey there, welcome to Broadband Deployment News. So the Senate has confirmed the person that's going to be heading up the agency that's going to be distributing a lot of the broadband funds as part of the infrastructure bill that just passed. So I'll be talking about that in just a second. Hey, thanks for calling me, for joining me. This is Rick Uzzi here at Z-Quorum. So as I mentioned, the NTIA is the agency that is going to be in charge of distributing a lot of the broadband dollars related to the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, specifically the Broadband Equity Access and Deployment Program. It's about $42.5 billion in that program, and then there's with everything else that's in there, not necessarily under BEAD, there's about $50 billion that I believe the NTIA is going to be in charge of. The rest is, I think, pretty much going to be under the FCC and the Affordable Connectivity Program, but almost $50 billion that the NTIA is going to be responsible for delivering. So the Senate has just confirmed the person that was set up to be heading that as far as the person that was nominated. So you see here his name is Alan Davidson, and he was nominated for Assistant Secretary of Commerce for Communications and Information at the NTIA. He was confirmed by the Senate 60 to 31. So he got the 60 votes required to get that through. Obviously, there were some people that didn't vote, but 60 to 31, he was confirmed. And originally that was sent over from the president on 10/28/2021. So he was just recently, just a couple of days ago, approved for that. So I just wanted to let you know that today and just give you kind of a heads up on who he is. Maybe I had not heard of him, but let me, oops, sorry, one of these stupid pop-up things here. Let's get out of that. There we go. Here he is. So 5 things it says to know about NTIA nominee Alan Davidson. So this was back about a month ago, I think, when he was nominated, and they were just doing a story about him, but I thought this would be good because it talked a little bit about him. There's his picture, and here we go. So again, some of this is written from the perspective of him being nominated and not yet approved, but really it all pretty much applies. So President Joe Biden's nominee to lead the NTIA, again, not a nominee now, confirmed. A traditionally somewhat sleepy role that is taking on a new prominence in the wake of the passage of the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Normally, there wouldn't be a lot. There's not a whole lot going on in the NTIA compared to what there will be this year and in the coming years with the broadband infrastructure bill. The law gives the NTIA authority to write the rules and oversee the distribution of $42.5 billion in broadband infrastructure grants to states. That says money goes to states. A duty that will require it to massively scale its internal resources. So there is going to be a lot of scaling that they're going to have to do to be able to stay on top of all of this. Biden has nominated Davidson, in this case now again approved, a well-known figure in Washington, so he's not unknown to Washington. Davidson would, or actually will, have perhaps the most important role in guiding an unprecedented expansion of internet access in America. So unlike in the past where a lot of times the FCC was taking control of government funds that were being distributed through things like CAF2 or RDOF, other agencies like agriculture might get involved in USDA Connect for rural broadband and farm areas, but this is huge for the NTIA, which is a part of the Commerce Department. So it says Davidson's no newbie to government. Davidson's second stint in the Commerce Department. In 2015, became the department's first director of digital economy. Back in 2015, he helped set the Commerce Department's digital economy agenda, which included advocating for a free and open internet worldwide, expanding broadband access, and enhancing cybersecurity and promoting innovation. So that's interesting that he was advocating for free and open internet. I don't know how much pull or sway he'll have in the area of net neutrality. That's usually covered by the FCC, or it would be covered by Congress if they pass something there, but that's been something that he's looked at in the past. He's a former Googler. Sounds like that's where he kind of got started out. Davidson's also well known for becoming Google's first policy staffer in 2005. Laying the groundwork for Google to become a lobbying force in Washington, which they are, indeed that. And he held that until 2012. Davidson's testified multiple times before Congress, defending Google's record on privacy and advocating for the U.S. to more forcefully fight censorship among trade partners. The privacy thing is great. I would love for, I don't know if the NTI would be involved in that, but I would love for that to be something. Actually, I think it does say here that he's going to be looking at that, for that to be a topic, because if you have not Googled yourself in a while, you might try doing that. Google yourself, and you might find that there are some data companies out there that have some information, like including your address and phone number and neighbors and relatives. So there need to be some regulations around that so that we can more easily protect that information and keep it off of the internet if we don't want it up there. He's also been an advocate. David's career has also included stints at advocacy groups, including the Center for Democracy and Technology, the New America Foundation, and most recently the Mozilla Foundation. Digital rights champion, celebrated his nomination to the NTIA, because again, that's kind of been a lot of his focus. He's looking to take on privacy. Yes, I did mention this. So again, I'm very happy about this. Even before Davidson's confirmation hearing began, the NTIA said it would host a series of listening sessions focused on privacy, equity, and civil rights. These sessions, which will take place later this month, will inform the NTIA's policy guidance on issues related to topics including data brokers, workplace surveillance, housing algorithms, and more. And the data brokers are really a significant issue, I think, where, again, if you Google yourself, it's kind of scary how much information there is about you up on the internet. He's got his work cut out for him. Davidson will need to hire, and fast. Again, a lot's going to be taking place here. And here's why. Before states can submit their proposals for a slice of that $42.5 billion, the NTIA has to write the rules that dictate what they should be proposing in the first place. Then the ITA will have to approve and monitor plans from 58 different states and territories, not all of which are well prepared to spend billions of dollars on broadband projects. So the states right now are trying to get, those that are not ready are trying to get their broadband offices in place or get hiring improved so they can be able to take advantage of these funds. And the way they're putting it here is that they're not just going to be managing one program, they're going to be trying to manage these 58 different programs from different states. It says, one person here says, you're not developing a plan for the distribution of $42.5 billion. Blair Levin, former head of the FCC's National Broadband Plan, said, you're overseeing 58 different groups that are making decisions about how to award their money. So that is a big job. So again, the way this is going to work with the broadband money coming from NTIA is that they are going to send out, they're right now working on all of the details, and they're going to send out a notice of funding opportunity or notice of funding opportunities for these various programs that have to be out within 6 months from the time that the bill passed. So it's probably going to be sometime, it's got to be before mid-May of 2022, based on when the bill was signed into law. So those notice of funding opportunities are going to have all the details that the states are going to need to be able to submit grant requests, but the states are also going to have to, according to the bill, they're also going to have to come up with their own state plans, their broadband plans, what they want to do, a 5-year plan on how they're going to use those dollars, how that's going to be helpful for increasing broadband in their territories. So there's a lot that has to go on, and the NTA is going to have to be working with each state, looking at their broadband plans, seeing what they're doing. Then they're going to have to be monitoring a lot of what's going on, making sure that the funds are being used correctly. It is a big job. And that's the man right there who's going to be taking that on. So anyway, that's I thought that was some interesting news that we now have somebody in place, and I don't know if they were waiting. Hopefully not, because I have a limited time frame here. Hopefully the NTIA was not waiting to get this stuff started. Hopefully that's somebody in there in a role, temporary role, kind of getting things rolling. But now I'm sure he's going to come in and probably already trying to figure out what needs to be done and how to get all of what needs to be done within that 6-month window. That clock is ticking, how you can get all of that done as quickly as possible. So that's it. Thanks for joining me today. Quick story about that. Hope you found it helpful. If so, give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. If you're not subscribed, click the little bell so you'll be notified when I am live. And I'm live almost every day. Not tomorrow, won't be here, but see you next week for Broadband Deployment News. Take care. Bye-bye.